Hey guys, I'm DJ V.a.r and today I just want to show you how to set up an Access Virus TI inside your Ableton digital audio workstation, right? So I'm gonna show you how to get different channels from the Virus TI, so you can actually use up to 3 patches in your Ableton, because I'm actually using the Access Virus TI Snow. So the Snow has only 3 outputs, using it via USB. So if you're currently using like the big TI2, you get up to 16 outputs. But before doing that, I would highly recommend to get the latest OS firmware for your Access Virus, because yeah, it will improve your performances. So I'm also, if yeah, of course, if you want to use actually 4, because to tell you the truth, the virus has up to 4 outputs, but only 3 are usable under USB. And if you want to use the 4th one, you really have to use the physical output on the virus. So yeah, I'm gonna show you the back panel on the virus itself. So this is my Access Virus TI Snow here, and back here, wait, I just have to, there you are. So these, wait, these two are my inputs. So these are not good if you want to use a the 4th output. If you just these are suitable if you want to use the virus as a sound card. But if you want to use the 4th output, you need to use these 2 other connectors over here, because these are the output, and so you want to connect this into the into another sound card, which goes into your computer, and you play also with your MIDI, with your physical MIDI here. So you send MIDI signals into the virus, and you send back the audio from the virus to the computer, so you can actually be able to record the audio coming from the virus into your digital audio workstation, in my case Ableton Live. What I'm going to show you is basically how to set up and use your 3 channels inside your Ableton setup, right, and how to configure them. So the first thing you need to do is basically going into your plugin folder where you have all your VSTs, and search for the Virus TI, which is over here. In my case, I use the Virus TI Snow because I have, of course, the Snow. You load it into a MIDI track here. It's gonna take a while because yeah, it's going to load everything, whatever. But generally, what we are going to do once opened is we are essentially starting telling to the virus, to the virus VST. We are going to start making a little bit of routing there, because we have to tell the virus software where to send the outputs, because yeah, of course, using the USB module, we are basically have basically have 3 up to 3 outputs available. So we have to split them into different channels in order to use every single channel separately. So now the first thing to do, as the software opened itself, we have to go to patch utility, and we have to make sure that you have selected USB audio mode. It's in 3 outs, no input, and the surround input is going to go in USB 1 left plus right, right? Because we are using the yeah, USB module. So the first channel here, you can leave it as it is. But the second one, we have to go over here and we have to select, instead of USB 1 left plus right, we have to select USB 2 left plus right. Okay, so we have to do the same for the third one. We have to select the USB 3 left plus right. I also like to, yeah, have the volume all the way up because I can yeah, it's more fun. But as I said before, for the four, you can't really use the fourth channel if you're using the USB connection, because yeah, about the virus TIs, no, actually supports up to 4 channels, but only 3 with the yeah, with the USB MIDI controlling. But if you really want to use the fourth channel, yeah, you can actually go selecting out 1 plus left plus right, and but yeah, if you really want to use it, you should have like a MIDI keyboard, right? And you have to connect it uh, with the by USB into the virus, so the virus uh, can receive from the MIDI keyboard, right? MIDI signals, so it can generate audio, and you have to make you have to send the audio from the virus. Uh, uh, you have to make it exit from the output and go send it straight to your computer, maybe like maybe with a sound card or something like that. And so yeah, so your computer can actually see your the audio coming from the virus as a four as as a fourth channel, right? As a fourth dedicated channel. But anyway, for this video, I'm just going to explain you the basic um, yeah, 3 inputs, right? The 3 channels, right? So now we can just close this window here and yeah, activating the input output routing, and but for this channel you have to leave the routing settings as they are, so you don't have to touch anything about that. You go straight to the next step, which is going to mute this track here. So now we have to generate we have to create 3 MIDI tracks, which are going to send each one MIDI signals, which are going to go each channel is going to go in a separate channel on the virus software, right? And I will show you later too. By the way, I'm also coloring this as white because, of course, snow, and proceeding with creating three MIDI channels. So renaming them as one virus TI MIDI, and two virus TI MIDI, three virus TI MIDI. Okay, we can color them. We can color them like that. Okay, and so we now have to uh, start routing the MIDI channels. So in order to transfer MIDI signals independently, so from in MIDI from, you can also leave MIDI all ins if you want every MIDI controller to be able to send MIDI signals to the virus, right? Um, but if you really want a specific MIDI controller, like for example Ableton Push or a MIDI keyboard, you can select, instead of all ins, you can click on it, click on here, right, and you get the list of all your attached controllers to the computer, so you can actually select the one you want to control the virus with. But yeah, you will be able only to control the virus only with that MIDI controller, but not with another one. You have to select another one manually if in case. So in my case, I will just leave all ins because yeah, I can play with whatever MIDI controller I want. I will always be able to send MIDI signals. Also leave all channels, monitor leave as auto, and the MIDI 2, you're going to select Virus TI Snow. In my case, yeah, Snow, yeah. You have to select Virus TI Snow, so select them, select it. So you have also in to the others, because I selected all three channels. And instead of tracking, you have to select, yeah, wait, for this one I have to do singularly, and okay, I have to select, if I click on here, I get my list of my available channels, right, which are the channels for the virus, essentially. So for the first MIDI track, I'm going to select, of course, the first one, for the second one, and the third, finally, the third one. So now I basically split and routed the audio into the, right, into the each um, channel of the virus. So now it receives MIDI differently. I can show you now. I just have to activate the recording into, for example, the first MIDI track, and going back here, you are going to see that the VST is basically, and of course also viruses at the same time, are receiving the MIDI signals. You won't hear any sound right now because we still have to configure the audio channels, which are going to be our basically our audio feedback. But in terms of impulses, right, of MIDI signals, we can see that the MIDI signals are split. So if I now play some notes here, you're going to see that the first channel on the virus is receiving impulses, right? Okay, so if I, for example, switch to the second MIDI channel and I arm it, yeah, I activate the recording and switch to the back to the VST, I can see that now the first channel is no longer receiving anything, but instead, of course, the second one is receiving because I activated the recording on the second MIDI track. So if I play some notes now, you're going to see that the second channel on Ableton is showing me impulses from the, yeah, MIDI signals, and the second channel is basically receiving some MIDI impulses, right? And the same is for the third channel, right? You see here. Okay, so now we are going to go back here again later. For now, we just have to yeah, to configure the MIDI, the other three audio channels, which are going to be our audio feedback for each channel. So we just have to create three audio channels, 1, 2, and 3, and yeah, also color them differently, like yeah, like that, like that. Okay, and yeah, now we have to select audio from, right. We select all three channels and select audio from virus TI Snow. Select it, and now just switch them each channel separately, and you select for the first channel, you select pre-effects. For the second channel, you select uh, virus TI2, virus TI Snow here. And for the third one, you're going to select virus TI3, virus TI Snow. Okay, so we basically have, and of course, you have to select for all the audio, you have to select, yeah, for all the audio channels, the monitor, you have to set the monitor to in. So, okay, now we are essentially ready to listen to some virus, yeah, virus feedback, audio feedback, right? So just loading some random patches on the virus, and also a patch that I created yesterday, which is an acid lead. Yeah, of course, just to show you. And now, when because I activated the recording on the first MIDI track, I'm going yeah, to listen to the first channel as before, and I'm going to receive also audio feedback on the, yeah, on the audio here on the audio channels, right? So just have to minimize them. Oh, no, 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 wait, what happened? What's happened? Hold on. Okay, I got it, never mind. So, okay, now I can see that each audio channel will receive audio inputs. So you're going to see the feedback. Now, just play some notes. So right, you see here, that was yeah, one of the presets. If I want to, I can also uh, switch to another here, like this. Okay, and if I now, yeah, you see here, I have the first MIDI track with the record activated. Now I'm just activating it on the second one, and I'm going to listen to the second patch I loaded into the second channel of the virus here, right? The Grok lead second one. So even if I have the one selected, you know, I have the audio coming from the second channel. And if I now switch to the third one, which is the patch I created is, oh, hold on, it's not working, right? Just check out. No, it's not. Okay, not post mixer. We said virus TI3. So 40 maybe, and yeah, of course, also all the fun stuff here. I can really go crazy like. So yeah, basically that's it. I hope you learn, and yeah, of course, when of course I want to record something, I can easily, for example, select a region, insert a MIDI clip, write the MIDI notes, right? So I can play instruments, right? I can play melodies, chords, whatever, and then when I finished off, I can activating the recording on the audio channels. So you activate the record on the audio channels, and yeah, you start, basically you play the track and start recording, and yeah, your MIDI channels uh, transfer the audio. Yeah, basically now what is happening is the MIDI channels we created, each one of them are sending to the virus. Um, yeah, they are split in three different channels. So the virus is receiving like three slots. It has like three slots of patches. We can use them differently. So uh, the virus is yeah, processing the audio, is generating the audio, and when finishing processing, sends the audio back to our computer ever by USB. So when we receive audio from the virus, it sends into the audio channels we created before, right? So when we start recording them, your MIDI tracks that you created here will be transferred as an audio clip in Ableton in your audio clip, right? And also, yeah, you can rename these audio tracks like virus TI audio one, one, okay, then two virus TI audio, and finally three virus TI audio. So there you go. Basically, you have now your virus set up in Ableton. That's how it works. And I hope you learn things, and generally that's how it works. So see you guys next time. Bye bye.